There's a silence in the room. A pause in conversation. An awkward 2 seconds of nothing. And your hand is already in your pocket. You didn't decide to check your phone. By the time you notice you're holding it, the decision already happened, somewhere your conscious mind wasn't invited to. Here's what's actually going on. The average person unlocks their phone around 96 times a day, roughly once every 10 minutes you're awake. Most of those checks aren't decisions. They're reflexes. Here's the mechanism behind it. Every time you check your phone and find something, a message, a like, a notification, your brain releases a small hit of dopamine. Not from the content itself, but from the anticipation right before you see it. That's the key detail most people miss. The dopamine doesn't come from the reward. It comes from not knowing whether there will be one. This is called a variable reward schedule, and it's the exact same mechanism that makes slot machines addictive. If your phone buzzed with something good every single time, your brain would get bored fast. But because it's unpredictable, sometimes nothing, sometimes something exciting, your brain stays hooked, constantly checking just in case this time is the good one. Over weeks and months of this pattern, your brain doesn't just learn to enjoy checking your phone. It starts triggering the urge automatically, in response to specific cues, and silence is one of the strongest cues there is. Silence used to mean nothing was happening. Now your brain reads silence as an absence of stimulation, and reaching for your phone has become the automatic response to fill that gap, before you've consciously registered there's a gap to fill. This is why the urge hits hardest during pauses, waiting rooms, elevator rides, and awkward conversation lulls. Your brain has built a direct shortcut. Discomfort with stillness leads straight to your hand moving, skipping the part where you actually decide to do it. Neuroscientists call this a habit loop: cue, routine, reward. The cue is the silence. The routine is unlocking your phone. The reward is the small dopamine hit, whatever you find. Repeat that loop enough times, and the behavior moves out of conscious decision-making entirely. It becomes stored in a part of your brain that handles automatic behavior, the same region responsible for habits like tying your shoelaces without thinking. That's why you can't simply will yourself out of it. You're not fighting laziness. You're fighting a habit loop that's been reinforced thousands of times, until it no longer needs your permission to run. Here's a number that shows how deep this goes. In workplace studies, 1 in 4 people admit to checking their phone at least once during a 30-minute meeting, often without even registering they've done it. And here's the part that should genuinely worry you. After every one of those phone interruptions, it takes the average person more than 25 minutes to fully regain focus on what they were doing. A 3-second glance at your phone. A 25-minute recovery to get your brain back to where it was. Multiply that by 96 checks a day, and most people are never actually finishing a single deep thought uninterrupted. And here's the part that really changes how you see this. Researchers have found that just the presence of your phone nearby, even turned off, even face down, measurably reduces your ability to concentrate. Not using it, just knowing it's there. Your brain spends a small amount of mental effort actively resisting the urge to check it, even when you're not aware you're resisting anything. That background effort quietly drains the same focus you're trying to use for whatever's actually in front of you. Which means the habit isn't just about the moments you give in. It's costing you focus even in the moments you don't. So next time there's a silence, and your hand finds your phone before your brain even catches up, you'll know exactly what happened. Thousands of repetitions built a shortcut. Silence became the cue, your phone became the routine. And a tiny, unpredictable hit of dopamine became the reward your brain now chases automatically. You didn't choose to pick it up. The habit chose for you. Knowing that is the first step to actually catching it. If this made you think, subscribe, because we explain something new every single week. Now you know.